Chapstick. I was fucking licking my lips the entire time.
I mean, it's
I was on the same fucking program.
It's all cracked. People are like, is this guy okay?
For me, it's like I'm always like fucking like doing that shit, and then people are like, "What the fuck is he?"
Mine just becomes white. It starts cracking. It's like super ashy.
Cheers,
There you go.
I'm very curious.
It doesn't taste like the bitter shit,
This is juice, man.
right?
Hold on.
But it will fuck you up.
Because the outside looks, it's like all old
Yeah,
school,
this is like
Italia,
and
and then you have a sip and you're like, oh man,
It's super.
what percent is this? This goes down way too smooth.
Yeah, that's it. So you can be playing a game or chilling or talking, and it's just like a little.
No, this is incredible. Thank you, man. Your real estate thing went okay today?
Holy shit.
Huh?
Oh,
Completely
no.
shit.
Oh, completely shit.
You
What a
sound like
waste of
every
time.
realtor. You know, I used to do real estate photos down in Calgary.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My first day doing real estate pictures, I was 5 hours late for my last guy. Yeah.
Was he waiting?
Oh yeah, he was waiting. He was waiting for 5. It wasn't my fault though. The way they set up, it's like the real estate photography companies, they Google Maps everything. And then so they're like, hey, you gotta go to this home, you gotta go to this home, you gotta go to this home. We got like a new employee and she was just like, oh, well, like, I'm just gonna leave you 15 to 30 minutes between home. And I was like, okay, whatever, like she must have calculated this. I get to the first house, I search up the second house.
And it's like fucking.
Yeah, so I'm south side Calgary. I search up the second house. It's all the way north side Calgary. And there's traffic too. And I'm like, no, it's like an hour and a half. And I called him. I was like, hey, I'm going to be an hour late. Like, you left me 20 minutes to get to the next property. Like, it's going to take an hour 30 just to drive there.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, we're going to like rearrange everything. So they call up the next 6, 7 realtors. And they're like, hey, we're running like an hour late. I get to the second, I finish up there. And then I search up the address. It's Southside Calgary again. It's Southside Calgary again. And then so I'm like, what the? And then so now I'm calling him again. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be like an hour and 30 minutes late. And she's like, yeah, I know. And I was like, no. Like, I'm talking an hour 30 minutes late on top of like the first hour and 30. Because like you left me 20 minutes again. And she's like, oh shit. And then I'm like, can you just search up like the next?
Yeah, that way the one that's closest.
Yeah. And I shit you not, like the way she scheduled it is it's literally north south. And I'm like, and like by the time I got to the last realtor, he's like, yo, and I'm like, dude, it's not my fault. Like I swear it's not my fault.
She booked me wrong. That's when I first started doing it. I didn't know how to book.
Yeah.
I knew how to book, but I didn't know how to time manage. Mm-hmm. So I would book a showing all the way in Southside. Yeah. And then the next one would be Northside. But the next house that they like too is right beside the other one. Yeah. But I didn't know the fucking address. And then the lady's like, we could have just drove it. I'm like, yeah, but we didn't have enough time with a tenant. It's like, let's just try to make up excuses. But no, it's so much better when you look at Google and plan how it's going to go.
Have you ever sold crack homes or like hoarding homes or... I remember doing that.
I've not sold one, but there's someone that was trying to sell me one.
Yeah.
They're selling for $410. And then my client told me to go look at it.
Yeah.
So I went to look at it. This was in Northside, in the heart of freaking crackheads.
Where else?
This house, the foundation, it's cracked and it's shifting. Yeah. This guy took cement and he tried to patch it.
The landlord is special.
Yeah. He tried to patch it. And then we go into the inside. Yeah. There's no light whatsoever. The window is broken. He's like, yeah, it's just the window. Yeah. It's easy to fix. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be. I'm like, whatever. We'll leave the window. Yeah. And then we go upstairs. He's like, don't even go. Don't look there. It's still getting done. I'm like, but I'm buying the house. I have to look. I have to look at the whole thing. He's like, okay, wait. We go in there. The whole wall is just missing. The bathtub, I don't know who pulls. The bathtub is pulled out, and then the wall is just broken in. And I'm like, well, you want to sell this for $400? $490K? He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. We'll think about it. He's like, there's an upstairs. I was like, okay, there were upstairs. There's a little roof where you're supposed to use as storage.
Yeah.
There's 2 people living in there.
Yeah.
And it's just like a complete, oh no.
Dude, I've been to so many homes where it's like clearly this home's meant for like 4 or 5 people and you just see 12
they're like, they're trying to stuff 10 people in there. Yeah.
You open a door, it's like 4 dudes and you're like, yo.
But the people living there, they're not normal people. I'm like, where are you finding these tenants? Because it's not in a good location.
No.
It's not taken care of. I can't believe they're
either here, they're like some of them are illegal. Like I went to a home one time. He's like, I can't be on camera, and I was like, okay, whatever. Like he's like, no, like you don't understand. Like I'm not supposed to be here. Period. Like I'm illegal. And I was like, oh. Or like there's like hoarders homes where people are just done.
Yeah.
Like like the RMS stuff.
Yeah.
So we do like virtual tours and everything. The virtual tour machine also scans for the RMS. But when it's like, we went to this one hoarder home, she was obsessed with pugs. And then so she had like pug figurines just like stacked, like wall, like everything. Like she had like 250 pugs in the house. And I was like, do you have a real one? It's just like, nah. I was like,
that's crossing the line.
I was like, you could just adopt a pug. Like, it's not hard. Like, why don't you just get a real pug or whatever? And then you take the laser to scan. But like the laser, like it's not hitting the back of the wall.
Because the pug things, they're blocking the way. It's not giving you the correct measurement.
So you're just hoping it like hits some part of that wall. Like once in a while, it'll just like hit like the wall, and you're like, yeah, we got it. Like that's the depth. It's so rough. It's so rough. And she's like, I don't even care. Like I just want to get rid of this place. Or there's other spots where like half the home's a crack home.
Yeah.
The weirdest one I went to, like there was about 7-8 people living in this bungalow, and everybody was addicted to gaming. Yeah, because I was walking around and I was like, "There's no crack here."
Yeah.
I was like,
something's wrong.
Yeah, I was like, "Where's the crack?" You know, when you walk into a home, this is the part I hate most about real estate. It's like after like 2 homes, like you step and like when you lift up your foot, like your sock's sticking to the floor.
Oh no! It's like
yeah,
it's pulling on the sock.
And I'm looking around and like it looks like a crack home. There's like rotten food everywhere. Some of the food is so rotten that like it's no longer rotting. It just like reached its final form. That shit, like it's just black. It's just
the full evolution, just chilling.
Yeah, it's like. And then I was looking around, like everybody had a nice ass PC. And then I just kept going from room to room. This guy, like, I can't open my room. I can't open it. Yeah. He probably has like some fucking sex doll in his room. Like
on those pillows.
He's like, I can't open it. I was like, dude, I have to. I need to measure it. Like, I need to scan the square footage. And the realtor's like, no, we need a virtual tour of everything. And I was like, no, like, like you're gonna have this dude's sex doll just in the virtual tour. Like, what are you talking? Just like blur it out. Like.
Especially when you're watching the videos.
Yeah. It's just like, you can blur it out. I was like, yeah, it's going to be like some fleshy blob in a bed. Like, I was like, everybody knows what's going on. Like,
it's just crazy to me how they have that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then these guys, the prices they put it's not even a reasonable amount.
No.
And it's just overly priced.
Yeah.
The whole thing needs to be torn down to begin with, but they always want to sell it for $650. I'm like, that thing at its very best, like maybe $80K, not 6. And they're always so hard. They're like, I want that price. I'm like, you're not gonna sell that. It's just gonna stay there.
No, it's messed up.
No, especially for I don't. That's why I don't look at those anymore. Yeah. Whatever a client says, I'm like, hey, man, I know you want to do investment, but it's not worth it. You have to tear down the whole house.
I love watching junior realtors. That's like my favorite thing is watching junior realtors try to decorate a home. It's like their first home. They're like, it's my first client, And then this one lady, she was so excited. The walls like manila orange, like yellow flooring. Like, everything's yellow. The ceiling's like kind of blue compared to everything else.
Yeah.
And she's out here. She got the flower vases. She's like setting up flowers. She's like, yeah, like I smell like. I was like, the flowers aren't going to change the color of the walls. Like, it's over. Like this other realtor was trying to sell a home. Everything was blue. Like, the whole house was blue. You know that like Disney movie, like the Emoji movie, like the depressed one?
Yeah.
Like that shade of blue was in. And she's like, what do you think is like the problem with this? But I was like, well, everything's blue. And she's like, yeah, I know. It's like, I'm trying to tell the owners to like repaint it.
Yeah.
Or whatever. She's like, they won't do it.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's the biggest thing, because usually when you meet these homeowners or whoever is trying to help them sell it, they always try to make it unique to them. But at the end of the day, if you're going to buy a place, you have to think about you selling it. Yeah. Unless you know for sure you're never going to sell the place. So you have to make it easy for the eyes for everybody.
Yeah.
So there's people that like designing their stuff and make one room pink. I had this house. Mm-hmm. This guy's colored rugs was all blue. And then you go to his living room, it's red. It's like, what are you? No one wants to buy that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, you just pick a color that's neutral. And you know,
like a neutral
you can
gray.
sell it after instead of like pay more money to change the carpet.
I went to this one, first of all, just the idea of like being a goth homeowner is already kind of wild. But like I walked into this one house and like this woman is like the most goth woman like I've ever seen. Like she's 35. And that's kind of rare. And then she's living with her boyfriend. Like he doesn't look goth at all. And I was like, you like this guy?
Complete opposite.
No, for real. Like he's like on his computer like coding and shit. And I'm just like, what is happening here? I go upstairs. It's like one of those triangular attic type. Well, it's like a proper upstairs, but it's like a triangle. You know what I mean? And rat bones. The towel, everything's black. The towels are black. She has like the cobweb things going on. It's like the creepy, and she has like these stones and crystals up there, and like the whole thing just like tapestries everywhere. Like I open up a closet because I have to measure the closet.
Yeah.
I open up a closet. There's just like fucking witchcraft shit falling out. I was like, dude. I was like, I would like open one wrong door. I'm just fucking like in a new dimension. Like I'm just permanently fucked. Like. Scariest shit ever. That's when I realized I don't want to date like an actual goth woman. I was like, this is too crazy. This is too crazy.
Yeah, and then apparently there's it's normal. It's like a normal thing.
Just having witchcraft shit around.
Yeah, I have not got into that field yet. But
you sound like you've been in that field a lot. You're like, it's normal.
I've met some people that do like they're like more into like crystals and like reading Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean. Tarot cards.
Yeah.
I call them Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but because it has but they always get mad. But I'm joking. But it's like tarot cards, and then there's like there's a whole field for these kind of things.
No,
like,
it's nuts. It's nuts.
No, there's.
And I'm like it creeps me out.
There's like groups, like there's like Facebook groups, and they take it very seriously. So
no, this is a group for everybody now.
No, it's super. I'm telling you, man. It's so there's I don't know how there's like people that just believe everything you tell them, every single thing you tell them. But I'm trying to question them. Like, how do you agree with what's going on? Like for example, there's the fortune tellers.
Yeah.
What doesn't make sense is why would you go to a fortune teller if they tell you your fortune? If you know what's going to happen, wouldn't you change it?
Yeah.
But then wouldn't it be all useless then? It wouldn't make any sense.
It's part of the process, Henry.
But if I told you what's going to happen tomorrow, you might do something that will change it from not happening. Yeah. But then it defeats the whole purpose of it.
There's that. Have you been at that Russian tea place?
I've not. No,
okay. So like me and my homies just like, we're just walking by. And then he's like, yo, let's grab like, we're just trying to find a spot to chill. He's like, there's this tea room or whatever. Like, let's go. We walk in, nobody's there for the tea. It's all fortune telling shit. It's like, would you like to get a reading? It's like $40, $50. And like the questions are so insane. Like the questions, it's always like, oh, I predict you're gonna get a divorce. And it's like, why? And she's like, are you in a marriage? Like, are you happy? No? Okay. I think you're gonna get
It's like very well opened questions and then the answers are just, I don't know. I believe it to some extent, but I'm like, if you do know what's going to happen, and then it just defeats the whole purpose.
It does defeat the purpose.
The whole point of those things happening is because you don't know it's going to happen. So you do the things that's going to get you there. So I never understood people who went for. But then again, we all do things to.
We all manifest. Are you a manifester?
Am I a manifester? I think
you look like you just astroplaned right there.
I think I'm a manifester.
Okay.
I believe it to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Because, for example, I can't just manifest something and then just sit there and then it just comes to you. I don't think that's how manifestation works.
My problem with like the whole thing is like everybody who does it, like it doesn't work out for them. Like, you know, people with their their whole life is a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Like every dude's like cheating on them, and she's like, yeah, but like I just bought like another crystal. I was like, you got 24 crystals. It ain't been working out so far. Like it hasn't been helping clearly because your life is a mess. Like what makes you think like the 25th crystal is just gonna like align your life? Like clearly it ain't working. Like you gotta find like just try something. Try the tarot cards or something, because this one is not working. This one is not working. But it's great because it's like the only thing where it's like it's not working. But like that's not the problem. Like the problem is like I haven't been trying hard enough for it to work. I gotta get more crystals.
But then that's the thing with the manifesting stuff is that if you manifest it, I honestly think it's more in what you're thinking. Whatever you're thinking is what you attract.
Yeah.
So for, let's say, the lady that was having bad luck, she's always thinking, I have no luck with men. The men I get are always mean and think. So you being that negative mindset will always attract more negative people to you.
Yeah.
And I think that's how the thing that no one really talks about manifesting, because they tell you to just manifest. You can manifest things, but if you're always thinking negative every single day, then the manifestation is not gonna work. So you have to manifest and then be in a positive mindset to attract those kind of things. Because if I'm manifesting, I'm gonna be a millionaire. I can't be thinking every day that I'm not gonna be rich, or this is why I'm always broke. Or you gotta behave in a way that attracts the manifestation.
You sound like you can make a lot of money selling a course about manifestation.
There's a whole field of.
There's a whole field.
There's a whole field. But that's what I've been always thinking about it. But I've been like, but I always see it though, because sometimes with the days I'm always negative.
Yeah.
I always feel like you just say, oh, this is another negative thing that's happening. Yeah. But I feel like because we're always thinking that way, so we naturally just attract that.
No, you definitely attract like-minded people.
Yeah, and it's like just changing the way you think of things or you see life in general. That's what's gonna help you be more positive, because you can't just be. It's hard to just force yourself to be positive, because obviously, it's hard. You can't just change the way you think, but you can change the way you react to things. Yeah. Which if you're in a positive mindset, no matter how bad it is, I feel like good things will always come. It's just a matter of time.
So do you channel, because you fucking work out a lot.
Yeah.
Well, now kind of. I saw your workout schedule. It was crazy.
Now I don't.
First of all, that was crazy.
Yeah, now I don't work out anymore.
That was so crazy. I felt like shit. I was like, holy crap. I was like, how do you end up looking like this? Because I saw your gym schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, you go, but it's not like every day.
No. I go, but it's like twice a week.
Are you like positively motivated working out? Are you negatively motivated working out? Are you fighting battles from your childhood while you work out, or are you just having a good time?
No. Yeah. See, when I get it, the thing whenever I'm working out is I'm different from other people. Mm-hmm. I have a bunch of buddies that are all meatheads. Yeah. And those guys, like when they're working out, they're like in it. Yeah. Like there's no time to make jokes or anything but I'm the complete opposite. Yeah. Like I work out a little bit and then I go talk for an hour and I come back and work out again. Yeah. But I've always felt like that's what worked for me the most. Because at the end of the day, you have to figure out what kind of style works for you. If you're a person that's always like laser focused and working out and things like that, then do that kind of workout. But I can't just laser focus. I can't do that and then go through my whole day like that. I have to laser focus and then reward myself with like talking with people.
I'm on a cut right now. I'm cutting back 10 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm cutting back 10 pounds because like I was always like super skinny. Yeah. I'm not trying to get like thick, but I was like, I don't want to be skinny. So then I was like, who do I want to look like? And I was like, oh, like David Goggins looks pretty cool. Yeah. And I was like, how much does he weigh?
But you gotta be, you gotta be running for like 10 years.
And I was like, how much does this guy weigh? And it was like 180 something. I was like, all right, like let me get to 180. Yeah. And I got to 180, and I was like, yo, I do not look like him. I just got to 180, and I don't look like him. So I was like, okay, I gotta come back a little bit.
Now? Yeah. Like what the hell is this?
No, my journey's been so messed up because like I never cared about working out. Yeah. And then 2 years ago, I started going here and there just a little bit, trying out like all the I was on creatine, I was on the protein powders. Yeah. Got fucked up by both of them because I was taking way too much.
Yeah. I remember you telling me.
Yeah. The creatine, like, what does it measure? Like grams or milligrams?
tell them how you.
Okay, so creatine, you're supposed to take 5. I don't know the unit. I think it's milligrams. You're supposed to take
5 grams. Yeah,
5 grams,
5 grams
per day or whatever. But there's like the loading phase.
Yeah.
It was like you can load with 20 a day, right? So I was like, okay, so I started off doing 20 a day. And then I was like, I just got to speed up the process because I feel like I'm wasting time here.
It doesn't show. You can't.
What am I loading for? Like, I want to be there right now.
Yeah.
First of all, it feels incredible. I mean, I don't know. Like for me, it was just like you don't get tired easily.
Yeah.
I guess because of the water content. Anyways, so I was taking 40 grams per day, and I wasn't even taking it like separately. I was just like, if I take 40 grams, like that's like twice the speed of the loading phase.
Yeah.
And then so I was mixing so much in the water that like it wouldn't fully mix.
Like there's clumps.
No. Like there would be like a glass this big. It's just like
sinks
floating. Like it's sinking. And I'm like, I gotta drink it like before it sinks or whatever. And then I kept getting sick, and like I don't know if it was related to the creatine or just like taking way too much of it. So I kept getting sick, and then I hit the protein powder things. First of all, WWE and the fitness community is like such a scam. I don't know if I'm the only one that's like falling for this crap, but like I feel like I can't. You remember watching WWE as a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember being like 12 and like watching WWE, and I'm like, yo, like fuck it, there's no way. Like there is actually no way. Like it's fake, but like I remember being like, dude, this guy's getting fucked up by a chair.
I always believed it.
Yeah,
I always believed it.
Yeah, and then so you watch like Hulk Hogan or fucking Ronnie Coleman get on there, and he's like, you need to eat 1 pound or like 1 gram of protein per body weight pound that you have.
Yeah.
But like they're saying that because like they work out every single day and like they're juiced up. But I'm like, oh my God, like I gotta have 180 grams of protein a day. Like, how am I gonna afford this? So I was like, yeah, I gotta get like a protein powder. But I started using his meal replacement just for the convenience of it.
Yeah.
So I was having like 4 shakes a day. Like it'd just be breakfast. I'm like, you know what's easier? Like just drinking this shit. Because I thought they just like I don't know. I thought it was just like liquid steak or whatever. So I was like, I'm just gonna drink one of these for breakfast. And then one day I was like, I'm kind of tired after work. I don't want to cook supper. Like I'll just have two of these for dinner. Yeah. And then like a 4th one just for a snack. And I kept getting sick with that again. And I think my kidneys were.
Hey man, you were making it work, man.
No, it was like the 30 grams.
First of all,
it was like max 1 a day. It was just messed up.
You were having like 10 times the dose for creatine.
Yeah. No, it was messed up.
And then the protein.
It was messed up. And then like a month later, I'm like, yo, why am I sick? Like what's happening?
Why did that look like that?
And I wasn't even working out that much.
Oh.
That was the thing. Like I wasn't even working out. Like, I was just drinking this thing because I was like, this is fucking. I'm gonna like, get there. Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. Because whenever you're starting, like, especially, well, I'm like you.
Yeah.
But whatever I'm doing, I like to overdo it.
Yeah.
So with creatine, I remember when I first got my creatine too, it was saying the loading phase. I'm like, loading phase, but it said loading phase for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then stop loading phase and then take normal. Then I say. If they're telling me loading phase, that means I'm getting more out of it.
Yeah.
So why would I limit myself like that and
why
stop?
Take normal?
Why ever stop? So for a year straight, I was in loading phase.
For a year. Why load when I can be superhuman?
When I can be immune.
Oh my God.
So I know exactly what you mean because I was like, why would I stop? And it's like if you can notice, it takes usually 2 weeks for you to. Maybe 3 weeks for you to notice the full effect of the creatine because you just usually, if you're doing like 5 reps for something, it helps you get to like 8 reps.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make crazy amount, but you notice it.
Well, but you think it's gonna continue.
Yeah.
Because it goes to 8, and you're like, yo, if I keep taking this, like by week 6, I'm gonna be at like 100. Like,
imagine if I double load.
Yeah.
I'll be doing 20 instead of 8. Yeah. It's something that's so easy to overdo.
And then you get sick from overdoing it. And then you're like, man, I lost it all.
Yeah.
I got to gain it back twice as fast.
But that's the thing, that once you stop taking that, it takes everything it gave you.
Yeah.
Which is what's...
it takes it back.
Yeah. It yanks it out. So instead of you doing 8 reps, you'll be back to doing 5 reps. So that's like the non-part of the creatine. But the thing is, you can take it forever.
Do you think it makes you bald a little bit?
No, I don't think so.
Because people are like,
I don't think so.
Because people are like, it was like one study, like way long ago.
I know, but you can find study for anything.
I know, but the one homie starts balding, and he's like, I didn't believe in it, but like now that I'm balding, like I don't know, I'm not risking it.
At the same time, I think balding it's a genetic thing too.
I think it's a genetic.
It's a genetic thing too, because there's some people who, like, for me, I can't. I barely grow hair.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. Which not only this, but my hair takes forever. What takes someone like a month to grow will take me 3 years.
Yeah.
It's just really hard. So I feel like that bald thing is like,
this guy's got full braids. I don't grow any hair, guys. I don't, whatever.
Yeah, but my hair is like mixed with the extensions too.
Right.
So it's not this long actually. It's like maybe this long,
right.
But it's mixed with extensions.
All right.
And then it's like it takes me forever to grow hair.
Yeah.
So I think that guy, it's not creatine that made him lose his hair. I think he just balding.
Probably, but when you're losing it, you're like, man, like it's got to be the creatine.
Can you imagine
like,
you just showering and it just?
No, that's what he said. He's like, listen, man. He's like, I don't think it's that, but like once you start losing it, it's like, man, like it's got to be something, because like I don't want it to just be me.
Yeah.
Like there's got to be something I can do about it. When did you start bodybuilding? Because you competed, you did a whole thing.
Oh yeah. Oh.
You're like the definition of like a unit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I started bodybuilding like 2015. No, 2015. 2015. I started working out like 15 years old.
Yeah.
And then I started bodybuilding in 2015. I didn't know the years of when I was 15, but
yeah.
I know for a fact I started working out 15. And then I was just working out.
2015 or you were 15?
My first competition was 2015.
Oh.
I started working out when I was 15. Ooh. Yeah. When I was 15 is when I took it seriously.
15's young.
Yeah, 15 is super young.
Because I remember being 15 and some of the girls were like, ew, like, why are you going to the gym?
Oh.
It's like, no, I'm not there.
Well, the thing for me was when because I'm not from here. I'm from Nigeria. So when I came here, English was not my first language. Mm-hmm. So I had to learn how to speak English. And I used to watch a lot of Family Guy.
Family Guy. That's how you learned English?
That's how I learned my English, is by watching a lot of Family Guys. My cousin would not let me watch it, but I would also watch it because it's not kid friendly with all the things they show and say there. So that's where I learned my English. But the main reason is because I was learning my English, I never really got to talk to other people, because everyone would always be like, sorry, what?
Yeah.
I'm like trying to tell them something and they're like, what? Yeah. So I would spend like 2 minutes trying to tell them something and I just gave up. Mm-hmm. So what I had to do next was I joined sports and I did football.
Oh.
Yeah. And then football, the coaches were telling me that I needed to start lifting weights because I was just too skinny.
See, nobody told me that. Like, you're like 15, like you're kind of like half pubertized, like, and like everybody around you is kind of like half going through puberty. Because I remember being at 15, it was kind of like a 50-50 thing. Mm. Like it wasn't, well, it depended on like which group you were in, but it wasn't like 100% like universal, like going to the gym is a good thing. Yeah. It was like, there was still some people that were like, yo, like, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, you're trying to like go to the gym or something? Yeah. And then I'm like, nah, like, I don't need to go to the gym or whatever. And then like half the girls are also like, like, I don't like guys that go to the gym. Yeah. But then like they flip flop on you like 5 years later and they're like, nah, actually I like guys that go to the gym. And you're like, dude, like you told me that like you didn't like this. Like what? Before, guys, that's the camera. Yeah. Guys, before, I'll tell you this right now. Look at me. This is for all the guys out here. If you think you're going to work out and get lots of girls, that is not going to happen. You're not going to get any girl whatsoever. You're going to get so much guys. So much guys, man. and you better be prepared to know what your bench is, what your squat is, and how much you weigh. Because that's all you're going to be answering. That whole cars and working out. I always see car guys parked outside of the club, and it's just like a swarm of dudes. Like, yo, Yo, is that like a custom exhaust?
Yeah. Or bikes.
Yeah.
Or bikes. Yeah. Bikes, cars, and working out.
Yeah.
If you think it's gonna get girls, it's not gonna get any girls. It's gonna get so much guys. And all they're gonna ask you is about your diet, how much you bench, how much you weigh. And then there's like 0.1% of the girls sometimes. If anything, the girls are more scared. Because I used to hear this a lot is like, you're just too big.
Oh.
Yeah. It's too intimidating. Yo, why would I want that?
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
Yo.
It's like they're telling you
That's
this whole
harsh.
thing. You know, it doesn't work. Nah, man.
That's harsh.
So if you're gonna work out, just work out for yourself. Because you're not getting. It's not. There's no girls you're gonna get out of it. You be getting a lot of guys. A lot of men. Especially in the locker rooms.
A lot of mans.
Yeah, especially in the locker rooms. Oh no, that doesn't work. But yeah, I started 2015 is when I did my first show.
Yeah.
At 15 years old is when I started working out, because at 14 is when I joined the football team.
Yeah.
And then the coaches told me I should start working out, so I started working out. I didn't even know what I was doing. So the coaches would come and teach me how to do certain things.
Yeah.
They just say, do your shoulder press, do your bench press, and that was it.
What?
Yes. So I spent
2 exercises?
Buddy, you would not believe this. They and then they do like your squat. They tell you to do squat, but who wants to go do squat? No one wants to go do that. And I had a friend. His name was Alex, and we would compete with who can lift the heaviest.
Bro, when
and that was like my whole thing, and we would do heavy workouts. So when I turned 15, I was just arms.
Dude.
Just arms, but I was inverted. Like everything was just, I had no chest, no legs, no back. All I did was arms.
Everybody goes through.
I loved arms.
Yeah.
Because everyone wanted big arms.
Yeah,
It's like, that's all you want to do.
When I first started working out, I just did bicep curls.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is going to fucking get me everything.
It's crazy because you're at that age, you're thinking, that's gonna work your whole body.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna get built just doing bicep curls. And then one day somebody online was like, bicep curls, like you're just targeting the biceps. And I was like, what? like I was like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Like I've been doing this, like I thought I was working out my whole body, and then they're like, actually like shoulders.
Yeah,
like shoulders are gonna make you look bigger.
I didn't know there was like parts of the muscles you could.
Yeah.
I thought just one exercise did the whole thing.
I bet big on bicep curls, and I lost that bet. I was just in the gym. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get big by just doing bicep curls.
Yeah, and you just think only those exercises are what's gonna help you, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like how much you don't know until you have people tell you, oh, this is not what you're supposed to do, and then you're like, okay, I gotta go.
They're like, shoulders are important. I was like, all right, fuck it.
But,
only doing shoulders now.
But the thing
doing
is,
shoulders.
The crazy thing is, I didn't know about hamstrings till I was like 20.
You know about hamstrings?
Like the back of your legs.
Yeah.
I just did like leg presses, squats, but I never actually focused on hamstrings. And do like hamstring curls and all the hamstring exercises. I would just do one hamstring curl and call it a day.
But you still competed without even.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But that's the thing. 2015, I started doing men's physique. So men's physique was just board shorts.
I remember talking about this.
Yeah,
because you were saying there was classic.
Yeah.
And then there's men's physique.
Yeah. The thing is, when I first started, classic didn't even come out yet.
Oh, okay.
Classic recently came out, like 2017 or something. 2018 was 2017. But before that, it was just 2 classes. It was men's physique, and it was just bodybuilding. Those were the 2.
Because I remember talking about it with you, and you were like, I was like, what's the difference? You were like, pretty much the shorts you wear.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, like, how bad could it be? And then you showed me the pic, and I was like, yo, like, it's not a big difference, but like when you're already showing so much skin, like an inch of fabric is a lot, bro. Like an inch is a lot.
Yeah.
Like you go
from, if it covers your knees too.
Yeah, you go from like dick print to like I can fully see his dick through those shorts. Like it's wild.
Yeah, it's to say the difference.
And you cannot tell me that's like to properly judge. Like, there's no way.
But the thing is, now there's 3 classes. There's the men's physique, there's the classic physique, and then there's the bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And each class is less and less material.
It's less.
Men's physique is the one that, men's physique is the one that has the most material. That's where you're wearing board shorts.
Yeah.
And then classic physique is the one where you're wearing short shorts. And then bodybuilding is the one you're wearing G-strings.
I was gonna say, I was like, what the hell is shorter than short shorts? Just a straight.
You just have cheeks hanging out.
What's the most popular one?
Oh man, classic physique is oh man, it's tough. It's between classic physique and men's physique. Those are the two popular ones. Bodybuilding is not as popular. Yeah. Just because the amount of mental struggles you gotta get to that level is just too much. So, but a classic men's physique can easily do it because it's for people who have like more of the beach body kind of thing. Okay. It's like the people you see on the beaches with perfect six-pack.
What's the one where you're just a total unit? Like you're
that's
just
bodybuilding.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one you can be like 300 pounds.
I know bodybuilding, you're roided out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you have to?
Every single one you're roided out.
Every single one.
Every single one.
Do you have to be to compete?
No, 100% not. No.
But I mean, like,
no.
Compete like you got a chance. Like, not like, you're the top guy, but can you reasonably kind of...
Because bodybuilding is like 100% what your genetics look like.
Yeah.
And if you're blessed with good genetics, you can stand up with some of it. You can stand up with the guys that are taking drugs.
Really?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. Because when I first started, like classic. I started with the men's short, which was the men's physique.
Yeah.
But then I was like, as I got higher in the rankings, and I was doing like provincials, regionals, nationals, the guys just kept on getting bigger. Yeah. And my body, the way my body structure is, I'm super narrow. Like but there's guys.
You would never think that though, looking at you.
Man, if you go to the competing stages, there's guys that are just broad shoulders. And men's physique is all about like having the Dorito body.
Dorito body is wild.
So if you look like this, you're gonna. If you look like an iPhone, you're not gonna get anywhere. So square bodies don't win. It's the Doritos.
Yeah, and is that purely skeletal shape?
Oh well, yeah. It's just show the width.
You can't get that. You have to be.
Yeah, it's your structure from your bone shape. It's just how wide. It shows how wide you are.
Yeah.
But apart from that, there's people whose skeleton structures are more narrow.
How do you tell if a dude is roided out? Because for a guy,
you can't. But that's the funny thing, though. People think if you look like a freezer, you're roided out. But someone can look like an iPhone charger and still be roided out.
Right.
Yeah. It's you just can't tell.
Really?
There's like key things you can use to tell if someone is.
Yeah.
Like obviously, if someone is like very lean, super lean, and they're still lifting like lots of weight. If they started out, if they're super lean and they're still benching 200 pounds, 250 pounds, and they're super lean, shredded, you can see abs. You can't. If you ever cut, one of the key things you notice is you're not as strong as you used to be. There's no way you can cut and still maintain your strength. Right. There's no way.
Do you differentiate between steroids and all the other PEDs and whatever?
Well, like, what do you mean, like by?
I don't know, dude. I've never.
Like, can I tell the difference?
Yeah.
Can I tell the difference on people?
Well, do you count any like performance enhancing thing as like a steroid, or is it like, or are they different?
Anything that changes your natural hormones, that makes it overproduce what it usually produces. Yeah. I consider as...
Because some people get like technical. They're like, I'm not on steroids. I'm just on this performance enhancing.
But but that's the thing though. That's what pisses me off. People who are on SARMs, that's what's the most popular thing.
What is SARMs?
I'm not too knowledgeable on that. Yeah. Basically, they're things you take that forces your body to produce more hormones.
Right. That's where your balls.
Well, that's the thing though.
Yeah.
Depending on what type of hormones you're forcing your body to produce, when it stops. For example, if you're taking PEDs and let's say your normal thing is test. Mm-hmm. If you do take tests, naturally it's going to suppress your amount that your body makes, because your body sees you're always having tests. It's like, what's the point of me making any more tests when I can just get it without doing any work?
So for a lot of these dudes, because you know them, and used to work out with them. What's the I've never understood the point of being so buff, but like your dick don't even work.
Well,
what's the motivation?
Because you want to win.
What?
Well, your balls doesn't really stop working. I
thought you get like ED and stuff.
Yeah, but the most common thing is that your nuts shrink. Okay. But if you do stop and you take the procedures you need to get your hormones back in normal, your balls drop back down. Your dick stops working when you're overly taking drugs.
But how do you know if you're overly taking drugs?
You definitely know you're overly taking drugs.
Really?
Yes.
Isn't a little bit already overly?
If you have an instruction that says take 5 grams of creatine and you're pumping 40 grams a week, that's how you know you're taking too much. That's how you know you're taking too much.
But with steroids, isn't like any amount of tests like already pushing it a little bit?
Yeah, but as you know how you felt when you're taking that creatine? Because you're like, if I do more, then I'm going to get more results.
Yeah.
But with PEDs, if you do more, you're just going to get more heart problems.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're just going to get more heart problems. And it doesn't work as much.
The heart problems is crazy.
You don't need that much for you to see improvement. People always think you need a lot to see gains, but you need a little amount of it. When you start overly taking too much, your body can't use all that.
Yeah.
So you're actually just putting your health to a higher risk.
You're a great salesman.
It's true, man. People, that's the most common things with bodybuilders whenever they're they're trying to compete, or half of these people don't compete. They just take it just to take it.
Because I heard a lot of the top bodybuilders, they just have like a really good heart, like that can handle. Because I heard a lot of dudes that try to take that much, like their heart just can't take it.
Yeah, but the thing is, so there's levels of bodybuilding. There's like normal people bodybuilding,
right?
And then there's people who want to compete bodybuilding. Yeah. And then there's professional bodybuilding.
Right.
And then there's the elite bodybuilding. These guys.
What the hell is elite bodybuilding?
These guys are the Olympias. Yeah. They're the best in the world.
Yeah.
These guys are like, they have the best body in the world.
Right.
Those guys have doctors.
Right.
That they go to all the time, and the gear they get is legit.
But how do you know? Michael Jackson had a doctor too. But
yeah, but you think the top in the world, let's say the number one guy in the world, is gonna take the same quality of drugs that James from Target is taking.
From Target.
No, it's not gonna be the same.
What's James getting? Like, what's the difference?
Whatever someone makes in their basement and gives James in their bathtub. But the number one top bodybuilders, they get it from doctors. Yeah, it's like legit. They get legit things, and that's like.
So how do those doctors? Is it? I guess those doctors just make it in a really nice basement. Or can they actually get it from?
Well, they have people that do in the lab that actually makes it.
Oh, yeah. But is it legal for doctors to make it?
No.
Right.
Doctors can prescribe it to you.
Right.
You can just pay the doctor to give it to you.
Yeah.
But it's like,
sir, my patient really needed like 4 times the dosage of test. How do you justify
look at him, man.
Yeah.
But that's the thing.
Look at him, he's so small. He needs this.
That's the thing. I don't know, because I feel like in the medical field, the more they write things, the more money they get.
Yeah.
So no one really questions them. But then again, I don't really know how the doctors are able to do that.
Right.
Or do I know the life of Chris Bumstead and how he gets his drugs?
Yeah.
And I don't know how he gets it. I don't know where he gets it from.
Yeah.
But I know that those guys, when they do get their things, it's so much more pure and higher quality than a normal bozo like James from Target.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing, because sometimes you can be getting water and like disgusting things that you're.
How do you feel about that synthol?
Yeah.
I remember that's like body dysmorphia on like a whole nother level. Like dudes just inject themselves with the synthol.
Yeah.
And it's just like straight oil.
And then they don't see it too. And it's like their arms are not looking normal. But that's what I've always thought. Like, I want to just know what's going through their head. Like when they see it, do they see it's normal? Or are they like, oh, I'm already messing up?
I understand, because like I cut my own hair, and then when I first started like trying to give myself a fade, like I'd start off like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it like this length, but like I kept fucking up.
Yeah.
So I just gotta fix it a little bit. I just gotta make everything a little bit shorter. And then by the time you're done, you're like fucking bald, and you're like, yo, like how did I get here? But like you just kept taking off like a little bit more, and then you just look in the mirror like you're like, what did I do?
Now that you told me that, it makes perfect sense, because I could never understand. I'm like, I don't get it. And my reasoning was like, if you know how sometimes when you're trying to diet, and you eat like a chocolate bar, and then you know you weren't supposed to eat that.
Yeah.
But then you're like, you know what? I already ate this. I'm at 12.
That's gotta be part of it too.
Yeah, might as well just eat all of this, and it's like, why stop now? It already did its damage. But what you said make more sense, because they're like, maybe they do it and they're like, oh man, this lump is way smaller than this lump. Let me try to fix this lump. And now that lump becomes way bigger. And
he's got two lumps.
Like, oh man. They're like freaking out. They call someone. They're like, no, just do the other side. So I think, yours makes way more sense.
Have you seen that height extension shit?
That
height surgery. That shit is crazy.
Can you imagine being in pain constantly just so you can grow? You know the craziest thing, man?
Yeah.
We're so in our heads that we think that other people care.
Yeah.
No one gives a shit. No one cares. And it's like you put yourself through all that trouble, and once they get the height, they just find something else to say they gotta fix.
Yeah.
I could never get myself to do that. Because I think what they do is they install stuff in your leg that constantly break your bone so it heals and it breaks it again.
But they gotta totally break it first.
Yeah.
And you're you're in a bed for like a year.
Yeah.
And then they're stretching it out. There's this guy, I think he's like 5'4", and he got like 2 inches.
Yeah.
And for like this one, like, cause 2 inches, they had to break his lower leg and his upper leg. Which is nuts. And then now he's 5'6", and somebody commented like, bro, like dedicated 2 years of his life just to still be short. Like, bro, like what's the point?
Yeah, and it's like, I can only feel for them, because I think in their head, they're so inside their head that they think that the height matters so much that they think they need that, and then they go through that pain themselves, because it is painful.
Yeah.
Just whatever they install in your legs has to break your bone every single time, and then it heals up, and that's how it causes it to grow. And that's constantly. Oh no, I could never. Oh.
Just watching them walk after the surgery.
And then you gotta learn how to walk again on that.
Yeah.
And then I don't know how much force. Like, can you? Like when they fully removed it, can you go do a dunk, jump?
I think these dudes...
Imagine he just playing basketball, tries to dunk it, just breaks his thing again.
No, I think these dudes are fucked. I feel like they never have to worry about creasing their shoes ever again in their entire life. Like, I think you just permanently... it's just permanently like that, man.
I can feel for it. I could never... That's painful.
It is.
To go through that.
It is fucking painful.
And then there's people who do that to their faces too.
Have you seen super size versus super skinny?
No. But I heard you mention that before.
We're watching an episode.
I heard.
We're watching an episode, right?
I heard you mention it
best
before.
fucking show of all time. They get like a fucking super obese dude with like an anorexic guy.
Yeah.
Or like it could be a girl too, but they get him to swap lifestyles and diets for like, I think it's like a couple days, like 3-4 days or something like that. And like the fat dude just wakes up and he's like, "What's for breakfast?" It's just nothing. Like they're like, "We actually like don't have anything for you," and he's like, "Oh." And then like this skinny guy, like they just hit this dude with like the Michael Phelps special. You got like 6 pancakes, like 12 slices of bacon, like 12 eggs, and like this guy is just like, what? And then there's this one episode where like the skinny dude, like he's sleeping.
Yeah.
And the host like wakes him up. He's like, what's up? He's like, yo, it's time for your midnight snack. Pours him 2 bowls of cereal. He's like, yo.
He's like, what am I doing?
It's messed up. It's messed up, man. It's one of my favorite shows of all time.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's taken, you don't know how I feel, into another level.
Yeah.
Now these guys actually know how they're gonna feel for the next couple of weeks or days and however long they do it.
And they make them comment about each other too. Like that's my favorite. Like
what do you mean comment about each
you know
other?
when like on shows where it cuts to like on like reality shows?
Oh yeah. Like it cuts to like the main thing and they're like talking.
Yeah, it's fucking Kim is all like, oh, like Kylie, like I can't believe. Except for like this one, it cuts to like the skinny dude, and he's like, I just didn't know fucking you could make him that big. And then like it cut to the big dude, and he's like, dude, he looks like he's gonna fucking just die tomorrow. It's just like,
so they're watching and comment
it's
on.
nuts.
Oh, that's awesome. No, I gotta look that.
Both of them don't shit though. Like both of them like have problems shitting.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
China has this one show where it's just fat dudes shitting. Like that's the entire TV show. Like I shit.
But that's the thing though. That's the thing. There's no such thing as a crazy idea. Whatever you think. I don't think so.
Really?
Tell me one crazy idea right now. Tell me one thing that he's like, oh, that's I mean stupid idea.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a stupid idea.
That's true.
So, there's a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And all this guy does, he cuts grass.
I've seen that guy, SB Mowing. Every TikTok, yo, what's up, guys? It's SB Mowing. This lady didn't mow her lawn. We offered to mow it for free.
Well, they're not even that guy. There's a legit, just a normal guy.
Yeah. And
it's his backyard. And he just cuts the same grass all the time.
That guy has an issue.
500 has 500K subs.
Holy, yeah. Does he do a nice job at least?
I don't know. I haven't watched the full thing. There's no way I can sit down and watch the whole thing.
That great if you don't know.
But he's really good at cutting grass. You can see the lines on the grasses when I don't know how he does that. But and then there's guys that like they go into machines and they put a coin in and they hit a slut.
Yeah.
And it has like 800K of just a guy just throwing coins in machines. Yeah. It's just crazy because you can make so much money from doing anything, and there's like no stupid idea.
It is crazy.
You're just the one talking yourself out of it.
You just got to be good at it. Like nothing's cringy if you're making money.
But even if it's cringy, man, there's gonna be people who are for that cringe.
Yeah, there's other cringy people.
Yeah, just for you.
Yeah,
because there's like 7 billion people in this world, man.
No, I watched. Oh, this is so fucked up. This is video of this guy and this girl. It was like viral on TikTok or whatever. But they're both really into opening Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
And he proposed to her, like with a Pokemon card. Like I guess like he customized it and it was like, "Will you marry me?" So like she's unwrapping the Pokemon cards and then the last one's like, "Will you marry me?" And everybody's like, "Oh, that's so cute" or whatever. And like I'm trying not to be a hater.
Yeah.
But like I'd imagine that's not the way most people picture getting proposed to is with like Pokemon. But like it works for them. And like, you know, like everybody's like, yeah.
And then the thing is, on the comment sections, you see all the people like, "Oh, it's so cute," and all that.
Unless you hit the wrong part of the algorithm. Everybody say, "Yo, who the fuck are these two geeky ass motherfuckers?"
There's sometimes on TikTok you see these kids and they're like, "Day one of me doing this," and then you look at the comments, it's just people is like, "Get off TikTok." It's like people just ratted of it, and then you keep looking at more positive things.
Dude, I just had Chislev on.
Ooh.
You know the short guy?
Yeah.
He's always dancing. Yeah. The comments are brutal, bro. The comments are brutal. But after he started going viral, like people were like, "Yo, I actually saw him at the mall though. Like I actually saw him." It's like
I did not know how big this guy was.
Yeah.
there's an Edmonton Instagram page.
Yeah, everybody Edmonton. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a video of him just walking through the. Oh, I know there's a video of him walking through the mall. It's like when you see or something, and everyone's like, there's a guy that's like, who is that guy? And everyone's like, how don't you know this? And it's just everyone's just commenting, and he's like having 200 likes and everything. Yeah. I didn't know. I just thought I thought he was just a normal guy. Yeah.
You just saw him at the mall.
He's super big.
No, when I was doing like I used to do like different clubs.
Yeah.
And it's like every single club I go to, like the sky is just fucking there. It's like everywhere. Like every single, like I'll go to like 2 spots in one night, like the guy's there at the next one. I'm like, what the hell is happening?
And if you look at any dance circle, he's gonna be there.
100%.
There's no way he's not gonna be there.
Every time.
And I think his signature move is, I think he does like a headstand.
He does do handstands.
He does a head, I don't know, the b-boy thing where you.
My favorite part about like him in the dance circles, whenever it's like the song was like, yeah, low.
Yeah.
He's just still standing. It's my favorite part every time.
So that guy is freaking awesome.
No,
man.
he's awesome.
He's super. Yeah, it's good to have people like that, just super relaxed, and this is awesome, man. I like him.
I like him too, man.
It takes courage for you to jump into a dance circle.
Yeah.
And just keep going.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a horrible dancer, but I could never convince myself to go inside the middle of dance circle.
Yeah.
I can't. It's just. Would you ever go in the middle?
I fucking. I could barely dance normally. I gotta be like blasted to dance. It's just. I was trying to learn how to break dance in high school because like I was like I'm gonna fucking be a b-boy. Like.
Do a windmill and.
Yeah. And like first of all, like. You're not supposed to learn a windmill at first, but like I was like, I don't give a fuck about the art of dance. Like, I just want to do this windmill. So like I'm in the living room, fucking trying to like do it on carpet and shit. And then my mom walks in and she just looks at me like and she's like, you know, like certain people aren't meant to do certain things. And I was like, dude, like, I'm learning right now. Like
I'm trying to help you, man.
Yeah. She's like, this is not your thing. Like as your mother, like this is not it.
Just call it a day.
Yeah.
Pack up the bags.
No, I can't, man. Like, I can't. Like, sometimes, like, I have, like, an excuse, though, because, like, I do pictures. Like, I do clubbing pictures.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I can't. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
holding that camera.
Yeah. But, like, you still work at a club, so sometimes people expect you to, like, do a little something.
Yeah.
I just pass it back. Like, that's my only move. Like, people, like, do a little dance move, and they point at me. I'm like, fucking right back at you. Like, I'm like, I got no moves. Like, yeah. Like,
no, it's, like, it's hard.
Yeah.
If anything, it's so hard.
Well, you're always out there just in the zone. But
yeah, but I can't go into this dancer. Oh no, it's you need courage. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't do it. You need courage.
I love watching the dude just get like thrown around the circle.
Yeah.
Like somebody throws him in a circle, he just like, nope, I'm going, and then like his other buddies like
throws
get
him back in there. And he's trying to leave, and everybody.
We had this one dude. At the Pinetown White used to have a beaver as the mascot, and this dude was just like in high school I was the mascot one time because like my buddy was like, I'll buy you a pizza if you cover for me.
Yeah.
Because like he was the mascot, so like I was the mascot. Like it's fun because like you get to do whatever, and like nobody thinks it's weird because you're in a costume. But at the pint, like this guy was dressed up as a beaver. First of all, like there's no like. Most of them have a fan in there. Like, there's no fan. Like, this guy's just sweating bullets in there. But, like, he's dancing with all the girls and whatever. And then, anyways, everybody's dancing with him. And then 30 minutes into it, they're like, yo, like, take off the mask. Like, take off the mask. She's like, man, I've been dancing with this guy all night. Like, I hope he's cute. Bro takes off the mask. Crickets. Everybody just scatters. Everybody just scattered. He's like, no, hold up. I'll put it back on. It's like, it's too late. The illusion's ruined. Like, the cute beaver turned into an ugly dude. Like, it's just not going to happen anymore.
Yo, on the topic of that, do you know how much those NBAs and football mascots make?
It's got to be a ridiculous
amount. It's a ridiculous amount. I remember heard it's like over $100K.
You know what that kind of shit is? Okay, I don't mean to disrespect mascots or whatever. Maybe you need actual skill. But low-key, I feel like a mascot is like, okay, let's say like your dad owns an NFL team.
Yeah.
And then he's got a son. Like, if the son's smart, it's like, hey, why don't you be like a financial advisor for the NFL? If you got a dumbass son, you're just like, you'd be like a mascot for like $1 million.
You want a mascot?
Yeah.
They make crazy amount of money.
Do. And how do you even get into a job?
I don't even know. That's the thing. I don't even know how you even start applications for it.
You're like, I dressed up as a clown one time.
I think you need to be a dance. You need to be. You like in your resume, you need to have some kind of dancing background.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do a lot. They do a lot of dancing. So I don't know how you apply for that, but they make good amount of money.
I think you just got to be homies with the owner.
Yeah.
Because there's no way.
Can you imagine you wake up, you do your thing,
and
then you're like, oh, it's time for work.
It's time for work.
Pull up your mask up, put it on, do whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
You're going to the stadiums, you're getting front row tickets, you're getting food covered, you're getting everything done, and then you come back home and you go relax.
You think the mascot's like a cool guy, or you think he's like a...
I think he's a cool guy.
You think he's a cool guy?
I think he's a cool guy.
I don't know if you have the same type
Have you ever seen a mascot guy that's not cool?
No, I've never seen one. The point of it is you don't see the guy. Who do you think?
Exactly.
Mysterious. Yeah. You like that mystery.
That's what makes him cool.
You can't take off the mask. You can't break the illusion.
While we're on that,
did
you know Marshmallow, when he puts his thing on, sometimes it's not even Marshmallow that's there.
I heard about that.
Yeah. The guy has grown a brand that he doesn't even have to be.
Yeah.
Like there's like Marshmallow TikTok where he's cooking. There's Marshmallow where he's playing food, like he's playing his DJ stuff.
It's genius.
But think about it. I can say, hey, you're Marshmallow for today. Make you sign a contract.
Yeah.
I get paid. I give you a little bit of it.
You're Marshmallow. They're like, yo, Marshmallow looking kind of big today. Like, yo, he's kind of
good. He's like, oh.
They're like, I guess. Like,
or he's short. I think you need to be the same height. Yeah. The same height and the same size.
Have you seen that? There's like a theory that Putin has a body double.
Yeah, but do you believe that? I don't believe that.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
This dude's like pulling up pictures of his jawline. They're like, look, this was his jawline in 2015. Look at this guy. Yeah, and it's like almost the same. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, and it's like there's so much things that can change.
But why not?
Do you ever think we've advanced to a point where we can make clones of things?
Oh well, we could definitely make clones of things.
I know.
You know they clone dogs.
But I mean, like, you know they can clone meat.
Yeah. Well, there's a service. It's in Europe and somewhere in Europe. I don't know where, but it's you can. Let's say you had a family dog, and like you love like that dog, and you're like, man, like I wish he was still alive. You can get that dog's DNA, and scientists will clone it. And apparently, this dog looks the same, has the same personality. Like it's genetically identical.
Okay, maybe we are in the technology.
Here's the fucked up part. In order to get that one perfect clone, you got to go through like 250 fucked up clones. Yeah. You got one coming out like he's not breathing. He's just like 3 arms. And you're like, okay, we got to put him down. Let's try again. You got another one. There's like an extra limb. Okay, like let's throw it out. Like try it again. Apparently, like the process to get that one clone is insane.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Because man. Because imagine that. I don't know if it's the same guy that clones it. No, I don't think he has to put it down. Because imagine if you imagine putting down 200 dogs. It'd be hard to sleep,
there's no way you tell the guy. There's no way. You know that original sheep, like the first. Like,
I mean, maybe it does. Yeah. Actually, I feel like maybe it doesn't fully become into an actual dog. Maybe they can just tell from the DNA.
It's not fully alive yet.
Not like no. Like they just look at it. I don't know. Look at the DNA part of it. Maybe it's not like fully out and alive and moving before they put it down. Then again, we're no scientists. I don't know how.
I don't know. I know that first lamb that they cloned, like it was like the first cloned animal.
See, I am so behind on that. I didn't even know they were cloning lambs.
Yeah, it was like the first successful clone. Like they grew this lamb that was like a clone, but like nobody knows this. Everybody's just like, wow, like they cloned a lamb. Like that thing was barely breathing. But like you don't like you got a team of 50 scientists and you're like, nah, like you're living for me. Like you're living for me. Like I did that. And then so like this lamb's just pretty much on life support for like the next like forever. Like No, like that lab was like barely.
Just for them to prove what they can do.
It was alive, but it was like hanging on.
Yeah, I never.
You got some scientists. You're like, you gotta be on life support till I win that Nobel Prize. Like,
don't give up on me now. Yeah. It's like, oh, that lab doesn't look good. It's like, he looks pretty good. He looks functioning. But no, man. I didn't know that they have gone into that level where they can clone things to actually be able to move and stuff. Because I thought before they were doing it on just like meat or like chicken or something like that.
No, but there's like a
now.
ban on like doing it on human beings. But I mean, like.
But then again, I think they're still doing it on human beings. It's just we don't know. Maybe they do.
Yeah, I mean, if you're balling like that, you just like.
But there's like this thing I heard that you can freeze yourself.
Okay, well, not really, kind of. Here's the thing. The dudes that freeze themselves, one, it's like we get it, like you're depressed, but like two, like it's not a guarantee that you can unfreeze yourself. The bet that these dudes are making is you can freeze yourself, but okay, first of all, like the chambers that they keep these dudes in, like they're not entirely sure if they're alive. Because like
imagine you go and you're thinking, oh, I can't wait to wake up in 2060.
Yeah.
But then you don't wake up. You're like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be waking up.
You can't like, because like they can't open it back up. It's like if you open it back up to check, like they're unfreezing. So like. And like these guys are betting on the like right now we don't have the technology to unfreeze them. They're freezing themselves, betting on the idea that like maybe in 100 years from now the technology will exist to like unfreeze them. First of all, I just want to say, I don't know. I think these dudes think that like it's gonna be so advanced that like they're just gonna come back to life. Imagine being unfrozen, but you're just half alive. Like imagine being unfrozen in an excruciatingly painful way.
Yeah, because
you're literally freaking who's that Star Wars guy?
Oh, I don't watch Star Wars. I have no idea.
Darth Vader.
Okay.
You're literally Darth Vader. You're just permanently in pain. Like what makes you think it's gonna be like a nice process? And second of all, I mean, imagine being the dude where it's like, oh man, like we just got the tech, but like you're frozen like 2 days too. Like, you've been frozen for 2 days too long. We've got to throw you out. We'll go to the next guy. I don't like. There's no way it's gonna work out great.
Well, one, for the pain, they can just put more drugs on you.
Imagine coming to life, but you're still half frozen, just in chronic pain.
Yeah, but now you know you're in the future.
You're in the future with like arthritis. Here's the thing.
Yeah, but by the time in that future, you have anesthetic. What was it called? Those plastic arms and whatever they need. The technology. Elon's brain thing will be available by then.
Imagine being the ugliest person in the world, though.
Yeah,
like,
but
it's like everybody's hot as shit. You're just fucking permafrost.
But it's the future. You can change that too.
What if
you can get your... Yo, have you seen how advanced we are with the face changes now? You can shave your nose. You can add cheekbones. You can...
Yeah, but you're not frozen.
They call them ghost surgeons.
Yeah.
And they literally transform your face. If there's like a 70-year-old, they do a surgery, you look like you're 40, 30-year-old. Yeah, that's a thing. So I'm pretty sure those guys, they're smart because it's like they know they're freezing themselves now because in the future, there's going to be a technology that'll unfreeze them. And if anything does go wrong, there's technology to help them with it.
What do you mean there's tech to help with? Well, it could.
No, you didn't see that robot that throws hoops? Or that dog, the dog robot?
But they were frozen.
That's what we can do now. That's what I'm saying. Imagine 20 years from now. I'm pretty sure the technology already out there.
I don't think the tech is there.
I think the tech is there. You go to China, these guys can find you in a heartbeat from just the facial recognition stuff.
Yeah, they're not bringing you back to life. We can't even undo a banana turning brown. Like, the amount of time it's gonna take to undo this dude's frozen body. Your dick don't work anymore.
He's like,
they
sorry.
restore everything. They're like, sorry, your penis is done. Like, we can't do that part. Like,
and something is wrong with your throat, so you can only talk for like 2 minutes, man. You get 2 minutes to talk, and after that, you can't talk anymore.
no, that's the type of shit where I'm like, I do not want to live forever.
Actually,
Would you want to live forever? Like, if you could?
I 100% would want to live forever, man.
What if you could live forever?
Okay. Man, that's
just
gonna
a
be
walking
sad.
skeleton.
I don't know. No. yeah, just your body.
Yeah.
No. But you're like immune. Like, honestly, no, I wouldn't want. Because if you can live forever, the government are gonna know. Obviously, you're over 150 years old and you look like you're 26.
Yeah.
They're gonna catch you.
What if you become an asset? You could cut a deal.
What? Every 10 minutes they come poke you with a needle? Don't you think they want to know how you're not aging?
Yeah, you're right.
You turn into your home is a lab. Getting poked you got no freedom.
That sounds like those cryogenic freezing things to me.
No, it's different.
You don't get to choose how they bring you back.
It's different, because this one is where your genetics, and your genetics is what's making you live forever. But with the cryogenic stuff, they know the technology is already doing that to you. So they don't need to test on you. That's what yeah.
I think that shit is whack.
No.
You don't even know what they're going to use you for. There's this post on Facebook where it's, there's this thing. So when you donate your body to science, like, you don't get to choose which type of science. There's this one type of science where, like, they study how different bodies decompose in, like, trauma situations. So they're like, because, like, they're trying to research for, like, forensics purposes.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, like, if we blow his brains out, like, how is his body going to decompose? Like, you could just end up like that, too. Anyways, you don't know how they're going to bring you back. You could be the only dude on the planet. Like, it's like Earth is done. Everybody died. This machine is automized to, like, bring you back to, like, rebuild civilization. So, like, you pretty much come back as a slave. like to, like, robots.
Yeah, but think about how cool these buildings are gonna look.
There's no buildings. Everything's blown up.
Oh. Yeah, but that would be still cool. You don't think so?
I'm like, send me back to the chamber. Give me another 100 years.
Yeah, but this is your time limit.
Free trial's over. You gotta pay more.
It's like subscriptions now.
Man.
Like, this is it. This is all you're getting. I don't know. Would you live forever?
I would not live forever.
I don't know. I would not either.
Because I feel like
it'll be so sad. You imagine finding someone dies, your friend dies, and just endless cycle of I couldn't do it. There's no.
That's deep. I was just thinking about having arthritis eternally.
Yeah, but if you're living forever, that means you're. Oh no!
Who said you're living well? Who said you're living well?
The worst one.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Oh no! I can't live it forever. Imagine you're just living.
There's this.
You're
dude,
like all wrinkly.
There's this dude that was in a coma for like 20 years, and then he said he was completely conscious.
For 20.
Yeah, he said he was completely conscious for 20 years, but like he couldn't move or talk or like anything.
So sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
For 20 years.
Well, it was like a special type of coma, but like he was totally conscious of like everything.
Have you ever been in a sleep paralysis before?
I never want to be in.
Have you been in one?
No.
There's no way.
No.
You've never.
No, I don't.
Really?
I don't really get dreams either. I rarely dream.
Like you've never like slept and like opened your eyes and been trying to move, but you can't move.
No.
You just.
No, that's horrifying. No.
Oh no! You need to experience it.
No, I'm good.
I'm good. You need to experience it.
I'm good. I don't think I need it.
It's so cool because you think something is gonna take you.
That's not cool at all.
It is cool.
That's not cool at all.
It's scary, but it's cool. But the crazy part is you're just lying there.
Yeah.
And you can't move.
How is that cool?
But you can't move. But you look to the side and the person beside, like you're beside me, but you can still move and everything. But I'm like yelling your name, but you can't hear me.
Wait, can you talk actually?
I'm trying to talk to you, but you're not helping. You can't do anything. You can't even hear me. But I think you can hear me. So I try to like move, but I can't move either.
Bro, we are never going camping.
No, it's
We
so cool.
are never going camping.
That's so cool.
How many times have you experienced it?
Oh man.
My friend says he gets them, but like he's like half dreaming. So he's like, yeah, like demons are calling out.
That's what I say. That's what I say. And then all of a sudden, you're like lying there, and then it sounds like someone's in that door.
Nah, man,
And
I
it's
can't
like
handle it.
it's like you can hear noises coming.
Ain't no way.
And it's
no
like
way.
you can't do anything.
Ain't no way I can't handle it.
Oh, and sometimes you look to your side and it looks like a figure. There's this figure there, and it's like it's not even human. I've only been in it like 3 times.
Ain't no fucking
But
way.
it was
no
scary,
way, man.
but it was just cool because it's like it's another reality of things. Or lucid people that lucid dream. That's also freaking. It's so cool.
Back in the day, I was trying to learn how to lucid dream.
I tried learning it,
yeah.
and it's like the process for you to learn it is like I'm not ready for this. It's too much work. Because you have to keep one. First of all, you have to keep a journal beside your bed so you can write down your dreams and everything you remember from your dreams, and you have to do that every day. And then every day you have to pay extra close attention to every single thing you're doing. That way you can tell the difference if you're in a dream. And then there's like a bunch of things you're supposed to tell yourself.
The fact that you gotta train yourself to be able to tell if you're in the dream, is nuts.
Yeah. Because there's a training. Because every like 10 minutes, you're like, you ask yourself, am I in a dream?
No.
And then you would say no.
No, it's too crazy.
Yeah, but it's cool because you get to do whatever you want in the dream. Apparently, you can learn languages in one day from just lucid dream. Right?
Okay, that's a waste of a lucid dream. What are you talking? You're just gonna learn a new language? You could be doing anything.
But as I
said,
said, that's an example of how good it is.
You're just doing something you could do in real life, not in one day. If I'm gonna lucid dream, I'm gonna do some incredible shit.
But is that gonna carry over to the real world? Aha. See?
That's why you got to keep going back.
That's the point. Because the thing is like you can learn from that world and then bring it into this world.
Now you're on some crystal shit.
I am definitely on the crystal stuff.
Full. I think that's a great place to end.
But